Once Time Warner was now purchased by Charter, and Time Warner and Charter kind of got married and had a baby, and that's Spectrum. That's the new company that we've created.
So what do you do at Spectrum?
What I do is Spectrum Business, and what I do is I work specifically with businesses here in the Antelope Valley, Lancaster and Palmdale, Little Rock, and I sell internet based on coax cable and also phone, analog phone, which what we call landline phone, and then of course video. So those are my three types of products that I sell. Faster download, faster upload, because now we're in a society that we need higher bandwidth for all the different types of technologies that our devices require.
Daily.
Yes, and it's only going to get worse.
So they call you.
Yes, that's what we want.
How exciting is that?
That's what we want.
And so you're a local rep.
Yes, I am.
And what's the benefit? I mean, can't you just call an 800 number and sit on that push 1 and push 3 and back away, call you back? You're a local person.
Our inbound department, when you get flyers in the mail, or if you notice our commercials, they're doing a lot of advertising with commercials, advising if you want our business to call the 800 number. But the difference of having a local rep is that I'm local. If you need my service, I will actually come down to your business and find out what your needs are. And at the same time, once you're my client, your business is my business. So if there's a problem, I don't want you to call an 800 number. I want you to call me directly.
Yeah, this might get fixed today.
Exactly. I mean, I can't personally fix it and get on the pole and fix it, but I can call.
You don't get up on the pole?
No, I don't get up on top of any poles, no, or any roofs.
And
I don't have any equipment.
A tool belt?
No tool belt. And I don't have any equipment in my trunk or anything like that. But I have
screwdrivers.
No screwdrivers.
Okay.
But I have a great relationship with my techs, and I have a great relationship with all my departments. So if there's a problem with your service, I'll call tech support, get a truck out to roll, and they'll be there that same day or the next day, and they'll take care of the problem. So I'll do that for you.
I would think that your corporation really realizes how important this area is to have people here.
Let me give you a little bit of a tidbit.
Okay.
Are you ready for this? Antelope Valley, since 2016, we have what is called Elite Club. It is the top sales reps in my division of business class, sales for Spectrum Business. Only 2 reps in all of California went to Elite Club, and I was one of them. And I'm an Antelope Valley rep, so woo woo woo, AV in the house.
Wow. Now, how does that happen? What is that? Just more sales? More than that.
It's based on making your quota for the year, but I think that it's also based on, I'm very close with my retail store. We work as a team. We really do. If you come into the store on 10th Street West in Palmdale, and you ask for a business rep, they're going to give you my card.
Really?
They're going to give you my card. And then, of course, if I'm out in the field and they need, my client needs something residential, I advise them to go into my office on 10th Street West, and my guys in there will take good care of you. So we work together as a team. I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. So did Time Warner have that feature, or is this something new with Spectrum?
Well, Time Warner did, because at the time in 2016, we were still considered Time Warner. We didn't roll out until the end of December that we became officially Spectrum. But I think it has a lot to do with the quality people that you have here in Antelope Valley that are here to serve you. We have excellent techs. We have an excellent retail store. And of course, you have me as your local rep that handles business.
So the next question is, what is Spectrum doing in the Antelope Valley?
The great thing is that we are now, since we're Spectrum, we have changed the way we do construction projects. So when we look at a property in the past that could not be serviced by Time Warner, now each and every service agreement that we do, you are allocated $5,000 towards that project. So that brings the project to come together, and now finally we get it installed when in the past we could not.
Who puts the money in?
Spectrum pays for all the construction.
Wow.
Because we want to expand our network. That's our main focus, and we are really expanding our network here in the Antelope Valley. So Spectrum is really dishing out that money to expand our network.
Wow. So thank you for choosing us, and we're going to sweeten the deal just a little bit more.
Yes. No contract, month to month, and our prices are phenomenal. We beat our competitors hands down.
So how do someone's building a building and they're putting in the utility and the infrastructure, how do they find you?
Well, they can contact Spectrum, or if they're local here in Antelope Valley, they can go into the office on 10th Street West, and of course they can give you my number. But we like when there's a building, an area that's not developed yet, let us know prior, and then we'll go ahead and put that conduit in while you're still in construction phase, so you'll have our services.
The conduit will be going down the street, and everyone else that comes in subsequent
Yep.
will hook up.
Yep. So it's happening.
Wow. So how did you like the Chamber of Commerce the business for breakfast?
I enjoyed it. Everyone was very nice, and everyone networked together. And I got to sit at your table, the big boy table.
The big boy table. Anytime.
Thank you.
Did
so
you meet
much.
Christopher Perosi?
Yes, I work with
You work with him?
I work with him.
Wow.
Again, it's a great teamwork.
Yeah.
Because for my product, when I sell internet, I sell also static IP. The static IP needs to be configured with devices like your cameras, your computers, things like that. And we're not allowed to touch your devices. So that's when Chris comes in, the Tech Gods. He'll come and go ahead and he will do the configuration to get everything going together. So I need Chris and Chris needs me.
You know, if Christopher Perosi likes you and appreciates you, you're in.
Yep.
That's
I
the
work
real
very
deal.
closely with Chris from Tech Gods. So he's a great guy.
He is a great guy. Okay, you got a 1-minute commercial. I think we just did a big commercial.
We
but
did. Thank you for having me.
How do people find you? How do they ask you questions?
Well, they can always reach me personally. It's 661-466-7812. That is my cell phone number, my business line. And also, they're always welcome to go into the office on 10th Street West, the Spectrum office, and they have my cards and information as well. I'll be more than happy to meet with them at their business and see if I can give them better solutions.
I bet you can.
Yep.
And you joined the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, I did.
Good move.
And I'm working to be also an ambassador.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you kind of have that outgoing. You got to be a greeter and make people comfortable, be an encourager.
And I'm also involved with the community projects for kids. Spectrum is a big sponsor with all the different programs that we've got going on for kids.
We're going to have your associate Alex on here next, and we will talk to him a little bit about that.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you for being on. And we're back. This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker of Antelope Valley Florist.
I'm Aaron Goldstein from Goldstein Digital. Our next guest is Alex Alvarez from Spectrum.
Hey, welcome, Alex.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Wonderful.
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah.
This is an
My pleasure.
awesome radio show. We have a lot of fun. It plays twice on Saturday, 10 and 12 on 1380 AM, and we also shoot a video.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're going to find you in Discovery. They're going to be typing broadband internet or faster or cheaper or, I saw it on TV.
Right.
And you're going to pop up. This video is going to pop up.
Yeah, as long as it's a photo of me on my good side, right? So,
Say hi to your mom.
hey, Mom.
Yeah, because it is Mother's Day,
It sure is.
So how did you get involved with Spectrum?
Well, I've been, in telecom for 12 years, and I've been specializing in selling, fiber connectivity to enterprise businesses. And so, I moved to the Antelope Valley about 2 years ago and saw a great opportunity to come down and work with Time Warner, and here I am.
So you've been in the AV 2 years.
2 years.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Do you live here too?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
It's
Yeah.
an interesting place.
It sure is. Peaceful, it's beautiful, it's quiet, it's a great place to raise a family.
Did you see the full moon this morning or last night? Oh, you weren't up that early.
Yeah.
You were working.
Oh yeah,
Right.
always working.
You like in a trench or what? I mean,
Yeah,
do you have a shovel and stuff? Because it says you're in
architect.
architect. Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's in the office.
Well, mainly I work from home, but what I do is I develop different types of networking solutions for businesses. So I mainly do design, and so typically I would come into a business, kind of find out exactly what the nature of their network is, what needs to be improved, and I would develop a plan on how we can do
Wow.
that.
So do you have to go into City Hall, the city halls?
No, not necessarily. We have, our tech group that they're really, really good at what they do. They're based out of our office on 10th Street West, and Nancy and I, we meet with them, every Fridays and kind of talk about, certain projects that we're currently working on and see how we can engage them and kind of get the project going.
You're working on Fridays?
We work on Fridays, yeah.
You are devoted, man.
Absolutely.
Is that like 5 days a week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Got to get it done, right? Our main focus is basically growing out the Antelope Valley, and the company is investing over $1 billion in expanding our network here across the United States. So that's something that's near and dear to my heart. And Dancy and I, we're both kind of going out and making it happen.
Yeah. Well, like I told Dancy, thank you for joining the Lancaster Chamber, and not only joining but being involved. I think it'll be good for you, even though you're a huge company.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're a large corporate presence, but still it's so important to check in with the community.
Absolutely.
So you told me what you do at Spectrum, and you would also be a local rep. What's the benefit of being a local rep at your level?
Well, pretty much, the benefit is just, for our businesses out here is having an advocate, on the other side, where we're able to go in and have an influence, and have a presence here in the Yellow Valley. And like Dancy mentioned, just being able to have that one-on-one, with that business. I mean, that's very important, and that means a lot to these local business owners, having to deal with somebody direct, somebody that's only a phone call away, and being able to make themselves available when necessary.
It goes a lot faster having a local person than they're in San Francisco or
Oh yeah, absolutely.
out of state somewhere.
Absolutely. It's less of a headache for the customer, and like I said, it's a huge benefit because we're right down the street. We're able to come in and check in, and if there's an issue, we're able to be at the forefront of that and being able that making sure that the customer gets taken care of at the end of the day.
You want to talk a little bit about fundraising, community activities?
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that Dancy is kind of bringing me up to speed on. She would know a little bit more than I do on that. So, Dancy.
Do you need some help, Alex?
Absolutely, go for it.
Well, what we're doing, Alex and I, for Spectrum, is that we're getting involved in a lot of the programs that we have for kids. We're currently working on an anti-bullying event.
Right.
So my job and Alex's job is that we're going to different businesses and asking them to be sponsors. And it doesn't necessarily need to be monetary. Let's say you make pizzas. Well, you can donate some pizzas for the dancers and to feed the kids. We had
Do you have a date for this? Is there when is this going to
We're still in the middle of the planning. We're looking at sometime in the end of June or July. So that's something that we're working on. We just finished on April 12th. We finished a anti-child abuse event at the Lancaster Performing Arts, and it was on Wednesday, and we had over 1,100 people show up.
Wow.
On a Wednesday night,
Yeah.
and it was a great success.
It was.
And it was a lot of fun. Spectrum was a sponsor, and of course I also was involved in bringing other businesses involved to be aware of the issue. And we had Gladstone's Insurance involved, Gino's Italian Pizza. They donated the pizzas to feed the kids that were the performers.
Wow.
And we had McDonald's, the Marking family McDonald's were involved. They brought their characters and gave out the little Happy Meal toys out to the kids. VIP Car Wash was also involved. They gave out free car washes. And then of course Spectrum was involved. We gave out Chili's restaurant gift cards. So that's basically what's dear to our heart, is we want to get the businesses involved with the community and reach out to all of the different programs that for kids.
Sounds good. So you're involved in the community. And I want to say, when you went to the business for breakfast at the chamber, you sat at different tables, which I think is really smart. When people from the same office are networking, sometimes they just sit together because they know somebody. But if you can sit at different tables, then you meet twice as many people.
Yeah. But I was lucky because I got to sit at the big boy table with Chris.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, right.
Next time,
Yeah,
Alex, you'll
yeah.
get to sit at the big boy table with Chris.
Okay, so we talked about the fundraising
Mhm.
for the kid community. And the spectrum is in both, it's the whole valley, right? You're not just in one city.
Right. It's the entire valley. We're a national company. So we have a very large footprint across the United States. Here in the Antelope Valley, we service. For myself, I basically oversee Santa Clarita Valley, Valencia, and then Lancaster, Palmdale, and then up to Rosemond. Nancy and I, we kind of work together. We try to make every appointment with every single customer because again, at the end of the day, we're there to cater to their needs, and it really depends on what their needs are at the end of the day. So we're able to identify key issues in their network and how we can come in and improve and enhance that. And if it's something that typically falls into Nancy's lap, then that would be something that she would get with the client on, and then also provide a solution based on their needs. So we're both in it together, and it's good to see that we're working together and we're coming together and doing what's best for the Antelope Valley.
And did you say it's just commercial, or do you do housing tracts? Or?
Yeah, well, it's with us it's different because she's small business, I'm enterprise, and then we have a division that's residential. So they strictly deal with residential customers, with regard to their needs. But for us, we're mainly targeting businesses that are coming into the Antelope Valley. We're targeting and on her side, she's targeting more of the smaller businesses. I'm more focused on the enterprise businesses, and we're part of the chamber because we want that exposure, and we want to know exactly what's taking place. And again, we just want to be at the forefront of that and just let everybody know, hey, we're here to help, and we are your local reps.
Spectrum is a huge company.
Huge.
And you each have your parts of it.
Yes.
So can someone come up to you and say, hey, I couldn't get the fight Saturday night? That's not your department, is it?
Right, yeah, it's not. So, when it comes to that, like Nancy mentioned earlier, we do have our
I did get the fight, by the way.
Yeah, we have our retail store
Right.
on 10th Street West. We have great relationships with the supervisor there, and typically what we would do is we would send, that client to that store, and the supervisor there he's very, very helpful, and he's all about taking care of the customer at the end of the day. So, we do get a lot of those, because we're out anyway meeting with potential prospects, as existing customers, and some of them, quite frankly, are existing, residential customers. So typically they would bring up the fact that, hey, my internet's slow at home, or, my cable is jittery,
Yeah.
and so, for Nancy and myself, since we have relationships across the Antelope Valley and at the retail store, we're able to say, hey, go in and ask for this gentleman and let him know that we sent you in, and, they're going to take care of it.
Give him a shout out, Alex.
Danny Hernandez is the supervisor.
Danny Hernandez is the
Yeah.
guy that makes it all happen.
That's
He's
right.
the guy.
In our retail store on 10th Street West.
Yeah. And at the retail store, behind the store, there are still the studios, right?
Yes, that's our media side. And they are the ones that do the commercials and, for the businesses,
Some of that is
advertising.
live, local.
That's correct.
Right in the Antelope Valley.
That's correct. We have so many different divisions for Spectrum. We have divisions also of government. We have a special rep that handles government accounts. We have a special rep that handles hospitality, like hotels and things like that. Alex and I are not allowed to get into those type of accounts because you have a specialist for that.
Wow.
So, typically when it comes to, if it's hospitality or if it's, more of healthcare, Nancy and I, we can point, the customer into the right direction and say, hey, this is a person that you would have to work with on this, and kind of bring him in as well. But for the most part, with myself, primarily what I typically do is just, provide complex solutions, for businesses, businesses that have some type of phone system that requires high bandwidth. If they're running a PRI or SIP trunking, or they've got multiple locations and they want to tie them all in together and have.
An architect knows about that stuff?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. So that's what we do typically. And like I said, I mean, we're definitely making it happen out here, and we're all about helping local businesses, you know, so.
Customers that actually upload their information up in the cloud, which requires higher upload speed.
Absolutely.
Which I cannot provide that, but Alex can.
Right.
Access to the cloud.
Access to the cloud. Everybody's trying to consolidate and you know, create a virtual environment where they're, you know, doing data replication and disaster recovery for their business.
Do you have any other big words of vocabulary you want to use for? I mean, Aaron's been following the whole thing.
He has. He knows what I'm talking about.
You get it, Aaron.
I got most of it.
You got it.
We've been talking with Alex Alvarez, Enterprise Fiber Architect, Spectrum Enterprise. Thank you for being a Lancaster Chamber member.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you having us again, and you know, we look forward to doing what we do best.
Thank you.